It was September 15th, 2018. And my family and I woke up for some much needed errands. You know, like they're doing the laundry, taking trash out, football practice, and my personal favorite, cleaning up smashed eggs off the floor. This particular morning, my wife and I noticed our oldest son Isaiah had a cracked iPhone screen. Is it me, or does every 12-year-old have a cracked iPhone screen? I mean cracked until the home button is hanging off by the ground, wire cracked. So we got into our family car and we headed to Sprint. We were there for a number of hours. So my wife and I had a conversation about having dinner late at a local restaurant here in Jacksonville. When we arrived, our baby Liam, who was one at the time, started to cry. And if you're a parent, that always means one of three things. They're hungry, tired, or have a wet diaper. Or what my friends in Australia would say, a wet nappy. In this particular night, Liam marked all three boxes. So I immediately pointed at Isaiah, our diaper assistant, and we headed to the restroom. When we got there, there wasn't a changing table. What we didn't realize was we were about to start a global movement. 2 weeks goes by, and I'm sitting home watching TV, going through my phone, and I come across a picture Isaiah had sent me. And I say, you know what, this is an interesting enough picture to post on Instagram for family and friends, and that's what I did. I posted this picture showing me being forced to squat in order to change my youngest son, Liam. And in that original message, I said, this is a serious post. What's the deal with not having changing tables in men's restrooms as if they don't exist? Look how comfortable my son is. It's routine to him. Let's fix this problem. Overnight, that message went viral. I mean, reporters were calling, family members reaching out. To this day, I have no idea how Washington Post got my phone number. I mean, I was confused. I changed the diaper, and now I'm on CNN. What? And within minutes, my twin brother called me and said, hey, Donte, you need a hashtag. You need one now. I said, well, I'm squatting. I'm changing the diaper. Squat for change. And that's how easy it was. In the beginning, we started advocating for the lack of changing tables in men's restrooms. And that was all fine. And we shortly found out after that moms were going through the same exact thing. So I'm standing here proud to say that Squat for Change is a nonprofit organization that advocates for the lack of changing facilities in all public restrooms. Starting a nonprofit, it sounded cool, but let's talk about the stress. I mean, state and local paperwork, board management, tax exemptions. I wanted to pull my hair out, but what kept me going was how much exposure it got and how many people it resonated with. You know, when I first started this whole movement, I had about 200 followers on Instagram, so not exactly viral image waiting to happen. But within weeks, I mean, celebrities started reaching out and reposting. My favorite, Jessica Alba. Ooh, Jessica Alba. Okay, let me stop. I'm married. She reached out to me and told me that she loved me. Okay, she didn't say that, but what she did say was that she wanted to give me free diapers for life. My first initial thought was, what am I going to do with free diapers for life? But my second thought was, all the resources that celebrities have. And when they take that second, third, fourth, and even fifth step, it can really make a difference. But it wasn't just celebrities reaching out. It was ordinary citizens. For example, this one teenager from the Gambia, West Africa, told me, I don't even have a toilet, but I will stand and support your movement. And it's really amazing how one issue can bring about a lot of change regardless of background. And when you bring citizens, ordinary citizens and celebrities together, we can really change policy. So Squat for Change, of course, has a record of results. We have inspired lawmakers to propose and pass laws. Cities such as New York, Tampa, oh man, this is amazing. Baltimore have accepted the challenge to put changing tables in all their public restrooms. And being as though I am a resident of Jacksonville, I have to say this. I'm gonna look right here. Mayor Lenny Curry, we have to meet soon. And if you're at home watching online, what are the officials in your cities doing? Early on, I found out that in order to get change, you have to change the way you see the world. For years, we had seen public restrooms, but haven't seen the lack of a changing table. And that has to do a lot with how we view fathers and how fathers view themselves. According to a recent British study that tracked the attitudes from the 1980s to the present, 43% of fathers admitted that they never changed a diaper. Today, that number is down to 3%. And although that's good, there's still a lot of work to be done. And let me share a story with you to let you know what I mean. One time I was talking with a father from Kansas, and he told me it wasn't manly to change his son's diaper, but okay to change his daughter. You know, the action of a parent should not be determined by gender. So we have to change what we see and what we think as manly. And let me show you this video to further explain what I'm talking about. A friend of mine, Clinton Kelly from Austin, Texas. Clinton Kelly, single father, operation manager for a commercial moving company. And watch this, he can squat 315 pounds. So I guess changing diapers can be pretty damn manly. Oftentimes, we create these labels to keep us from not supporting dads. Like when I travel the country, people always ask me, do I support this group or that group? Do I support old dads, black dads, young dads, gay dads, or trans dads? You know, one lifelong Democrat told me that I shouldn't interview on Fox and Friends. And I said, why does that matter? Another time, a Republican told me that Donte and Squat for Change should not be wanting to, donate diapers to families kept in cages on our southern borders because it only encourages illegal immigration. Like, these are things that people have actually said to me. And here's my simple response. I want to help out any good dad, any good mom, any good parent. What defines a good parent is that they're changing those diapers, putting their children first, not their egos. We have to learn how to put our children first, not our labels. Now, let me share with you another kind of story. One time I was at a comedy club here in Jacksonville speaking with comedian D.L. Hughley, and he told me that the media is treating me like a unicorn. And I don't think you guys have noticed yet, but look at me, I'm black. And although I was getting a lot of positive affirmation for Squat for Change, there was a lot of people offering that negative support. And what they were saying was, it's unbelievable that a black dad is taking care of his kids. You know, he's a drug dealer, hiding drugs in the baby's diapers, feed the baby to the gators. The mom is selfish, I am lazy. So now my wife and my kids are a target of this hate, not just me. And through this whole experience, I feel as though it highlights a serious problem that many fathers of color have to deal with every single day. Christopher Robinson, a single father to two beautiful girls who lives on the north side of Jacksonville. He attended my first annual Squat for Change event that highlighted fathers who typically wouldn't like the image of a father. Fathers like Chris typically aren't shown in a positive light. Too many times they're stereotyped for the way they dress, their hair color, their hairstyles, the way they talk, the music they listen to, and believe it or not, even the full body tattoos in which I'm covering up right now. And to be honest, I am sick and tired of fathers like him and fathers just like me who not being highlighted like they should. So this platform is for fathers like Chris and fathers just like him. Fathers like Cameron, Dorsey, Maurice, Calvin, Mike, and Robert. Fathers who grew up around a lot of damaging narratives, some of which I never even knew I internalized until I became a father myself. So you know what I want to do today? I want to challenge the media. Start showing fathers who look like me but may not talk like me. Like when I go back to my hometown of Philadelphia, people tell me I sound white. But they cuss a little bit more than I do. They have a few more tattoos that's harder to hide. But they are good fathers. And what they need is not just the installation of changing tables. They need someone to sit down and hear their stories. But it's not just the media. Some of these damaging narratives comes because our own fathers weren't perfect. No, being in Philadelphia, I was so excited to be one of 3 homes out of 40 that had a dad in the household. You know, I love my dad. He was a hard worker. He lost his job. he started selling drugs. Then he got addicted to those drugs. And especially as a teenager, I hated my dad. I hated him. He made some horrible, horrible decisions. But he also made some good decisions, like deciding to get free of those drugs. He got a second chance. And it's too many times I have seen loving fathers like my dad who mess up and never get that second chance. And don't get me wrong, the trauma, the not showing up for graduations and basketball games, it affected me a lot. But through the Squad for Change journey, it truly gave me the strength to forgive my dad. So I'm going to stand here and I'm going to look in this camera and I'm going to tell my dad, because I know he's watching, Dad, I forgive you. And that's why I'm so honored to show you Squatting for Change. So start giving dads who mess up the resources and services they need. And all you out there listening right now, you can help. You may ask me how. Right now, I want you to imagine a father. It could be your dad. It can be a grandfather, the guy who sits next to you at work, the father with a different background, a father you know that would never be able to make it on a stage. Will you speak up for that father? And, you know, I'm up here talking about the installation of changing tables and to put them in the restrooms. You know, it's actually an easy fix. I actually do it myself. But this narrative and this story is so much deeper than the installation of changing tables. It's about changing the narrative of what it truly means to be a dad. The dad narrative is ours to control. We must create it and shape it into what we want it to be. We need a network of support, and guess what? We are that network. We must step up and step in for each other, because the value of our presence and the love that we have for our families matters most. And remember this one thing. If you ever wanted to change the world, you squat while doing it. Squat for change. Thank you.